On page 562 in the book, we will now discuss the solution to exercise 12-14 that deals with a problem with a special order. In 12-14, we have Glade Company, which produces a single product, and we are given the cost of producing and selling a single unit of this product at the company's current activity level of 8,000 units per month. We're also told that the normal selling price is $15 a unit, and the company's capacity is 10,000 units per month. An order has been received from a potential customer overseas for 2,000 units at a price of $12 per unit. This order would not affect regular sales. Part 1 asks us that if the order is accepted, by how much will monthly profits increase or decrease? The order would not change the company's fixed cost. So when we look at this type of a problem, we need to measure the incremental revenue that will be obtained from accepting this special order versus the incremental expenses that will be incurred by accepting this special order. When we do so, we see that the additional revenue that we will receive is for 2,000 units. At $12 a piece, $24,000. The costs that are relevant in this particular type of situation are those costs that are variable. Variable costs being in this problem direct materials, direct labor, variable manufacturing overhead, and variable selling and administrative expenses. When we look here, we have direct materials are $2.50 a unit, direct labor $3 a unit, variable manufacturing overhead 50 cents a unit, variable selling and administrative expense $1.50 per unit. When we multiply that by 2,000 units, we get the respective total cost of $5,000 for materials, $6,000 for labor, $1,000 for variable overhead, $3,000 for variable selling and administrative. If we get our total variable cost of $15,000, and from that we subtract that from our incremental revenue of $24,000, we have incremental net operating income of $9,000. So the solution, the answer to part 1 is we would be better off by $9,000 by accepting this special order. Part 2 said assume the company has 500 units of this product left over from last year that are inferior to the current model. The units must be sold through regular channels at reduced prices. What unit cost is relevant for establishing a minimum selling price for these units? The relevant cost that we would need in order to be happy with selling these leftover units would be $1.50 per unit. That is the variable selling and administrative cost, because we'll incur $1.50 of selling and administrative cost in order to unload these additional units. All other variable costs would be sunk costs because the units were already produced and they're just basically sitting on a shelf. Fixed costs are not relevant, obviously, because they would not be affected by the sale of the leftover units. This does it for our discussion of the solution to exercise 12-14.